Well, we are back up on stage here at the Elkhart Civic Theatre doing something a little bit new for this particular theater. We're bringing in Shakespeare, and I'm so excited for you guys doing this. I have some friends here with me. Annette, you and I have met before. Yes?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
okay, I recognize you. And Brent, thank you so much for joining us. You're one of the actors as well. Midsummer Night's Dream. I mean, bringing Shakespeare to this stage. Annette, tell me a little bit what that looks like, because this hasn't been done. Maybe ever?
I think maybe not ever here, yes, except for some things with some kids, some fun bits with kids. But yeah, it's been so exciting. I love Shakespeare. I always have, and so it's just a joy for me to see this go on stage. Yeah. And so what it looks like is just a lot of work. Like we started back in December, just working with the language so that we can make sure that that it's not scary for anybody, that it's very easily understood and accessible.
And are you guys doing it kind of more of a traditional format? Are there any different unique changes that you're making?
Really, all we're doing is just doing it in modern dress, and so just modern gestures or things like that, which
so
will be modern.
Less of this and more of this.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so you guys doing this, tell us a little bit about, and now, what is your role?
I'm Oberon, King of the Fairies.
King of the Fairies, okay. There's a lot of magic in this storyline too, right? For those people who maybe aren't as familiar with the Midsummer Night's Dream, tell us a little bit more about what the story is all about.
Yeah, well, I'll tell the story from Oberon's perspective, because it's the one I know.
I like
is that all right?
that.
Okay.
Yes.
So, yeah, Titania has something that I want, and she's not giving it to me. Titania is the queen, of course, my spouse. And we're fighting about it, and it's causing all kinds of problems in the human world.
Causing ruckus.
Causing a ruckus, right. So there's a whole variety of things that Oberon tries to do. Some of these are geared toward getting Titania to give him what he wants, and some of these are geared toward seeing humans stumbling into the fairy world and sort of playing with them in well-meaning but not entirely effective ways.
Now I have to ask you, based on your own personal relations outside of the theater, like how are you drawing from that to pull it into your character?
Oh my goodness. Well, okay, so my parents, when I was a kid, we would often say things like, well, she started it.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And the response was always, well, you can stop it.
Oh, I love that.
Like,
I'm going to use that line too.
I'm very much drawing on that. although it's directed at Titania. Like, yeah, you can stop it. Right?
Yeah, not my problem. You
right.
should have to do it. I get it. And now, how many people are in the cast for this one?
There are 21, 22.
Okay, so a good size cast.
A good size cast, yeah, because it's actually not all about the fairies.
Okay, all right, give us the rest of the story here, Annette.
Well, it's also about some lovers. So it's about, there's Theseus and Hippolyta, who have had just a battle, which in our play is just a corporate battle. But they've fallen in love and they're getting married. But then there's these four young lovers who are all in love with each other in varying degrees. And Hermia and Lysander want to get married, but Hermia's mom wants her to marry Demetrius instead. So they run off into the woods. Demetrius follows them. Helena, who's in love with Demetrius, follows him. And then, they inadvertently put themselves under the power of the fairies, who kind of mess everything
Bring
up.
in the magic.
Hijinks ensue.
Yep.
And there's also a group called, we call them the Rude Mechanicals. They're a bunch of people, just basic working people who are trying to put on a play. They've never done anything like this before.
So just play inside of a play.
Yep, in honor of Theseus's wedding day. And they come out into the woods to practice the play. And the fairies kind of mess with them a little bit.
Okay. What do you think some of the bigger challenges in kind of balancing, the romance, the comedy, and the magic in your direction?
When I was in high school, I remember my teacher telling me, Shakespeare's comedies aren't meant to be funny. They just mean they have a happy ending. But let me tell you, that's not true. Like finding the humor throughout the play. Like the Rude Mechanicals are supposed to be kind of the comic relief, but actually everybody is comic relief. Okay. There's just fun all the way through. And that definitely, I would say, is more important than the romance. Romance takes a second seat, but it is still there, and hopefully you'll be rooting for everything to work out for the lovers.
And you guys have a beautiful set going on back here. I know you guys always do a great job with this too. How has it been working with the set? I know you guys are opening this weekend. Yep. This is exciting. So how has it been to actually be on the stage with the set?
Yeah, it's great. It's easy to use. It's effective, I think. We're doing fun interactive elements with the set, so the performers are engaging with set pieces on a
And Shakespeare
regular
traditionally
basis.
is like round style, right? Like, is that traditionally Shakespeare?
More of a thrust, I think.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But I mean, we have a little bit of an extension, but we can't really do thrust here.
But you incorporate it nonetheless, right? And it's great to be out there. Tell us how it is. Is this your first time doing any theater performances here with Elkhart?
Oh no, I've done things here in the past.
You have? Okay, so tell us if anybody out there has never auditioned or volunteered here, what do you want them to know about this experience?
Yeah, it is real easy and real friendly. Like at least that's been my experience. I think that auditions are actually fun, not threatening, which is a wonderful experience. It feels like you're just sort of hanging out and doing a thing that is enjoyable. I think volunteering is easy to get into. I'm also a volunteer coordinator of sorts, so like if you see people who are ushering for the show, it's because I asked them to do it and they said yes.
So they might be contacting you then if they want to do that. I love
right,
this.
yeah.
Okay, very good to know. Very good to know. Well, now this stage is happening this weekend, and tell us when the performances are happening.
So there'll be Friday and Saturday, the 20th and 21st, and then the following weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the 27th, 28th, and March 1st.
Okay, and of course, how do people get their tickets?
By calling the box office.
I have so and this is going to be a big deal for you guys. Doing the first time you're doing Shakespeare here at Elkhart Civic Theatre, what do you think the audience is going to? How are they going to perceive this? Like, how are they going to take it in and run with it?
Yeah, I just really hope that they come here and they say, you know what, I thought Shakespeare was intimidating and stuffy, and boy, it is not. It is fun and accessible.
It is. And is this particular story, would you say it's family friendly, or is it more geared towards like a 13 and up?
Oh, that's a really good question.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
It depends on what funny we find.
I mean, yeah, Shakespeare does get a little bit, more off-color humor, I would say.
There you go. That's a good word for it. Okay. So, parent decision on that one
Yes.
too. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for showing us a little bit of that. And I think maybe if we have some photos or video to share, we'll see some of that here now too.